The AI bubble is getting insane. It's not going to become a bubble. It already is one, the biggest since the dot-com meltdown. But here's the punchline. AI is also the biggest technological breakthrough humanity has ever touched. Both things are true, at the exact same time. And that's what makes this so dangerous. Because for regular people like us, this isn't abstract. The same AI mania blasting your stocks upward is the same AI demand spiking your electric bill, jacking up your cost of living, and putting a countdown timer on your job. So what are we living through? A revolution, a bubble, or a financial bomb wrapped in hype? And more importantly, what does it mean for your life, your money, and your future? Let me show you what's actually happening behind the scenes, and why this may hit closer to home than you think. And it starts with the one person who accidentally set this entire thing on fire, the creator of ChatGPT. Okay, let's get right to it. A little while back, Sam Altman, the guy behind ChatGPT, said some weird stuff. First, his company, OpenAI, reportedly went to the White House asking for the government to back their loans, like to co-sign on their debt. Then, he gave an interview where he basically said that companies like his are becoming too big to fail. You remember that phrase, right? From the 2008 financial crisis? It's what they said about the banks right before they got a giant taxpayer bailout. This set off a huge panic. People started asking, wait a minute, is OpenAI broke? Are they not making any money? This is the company everyone says is the future of everything, and they're asking the government for a handout? It just doesn't add up. But here's the thing, I don't think he said that because he's broke. I think he said it because he's trying to become too big to fail on purpose. See, this isn't just about making a cool chatbot anymore. This is a global competition. AI isn't just a product, it's the new oil. Think about it. In the 20th century, the countries that controlled the oil controlled the world. In the 21st century, the countries that control computing power, the chips, the data centers, the AI models, are going to control the world. Right now, 90% of all the advanced AI data centers are in just two countries, the US and China. The rest of the world, especially South America and Africa, is being called a computing desert. They have almost nothing. This creates a new kind of dependency. If your country can't build its own AI, you have to rent it from someone who can. That means your science, your military, your language, and your entire economy become dependent on either the US or China. Even the big oil countries are terrified. Saudi Arabia is taking its trillions in oil money and trying to become the number 3 AI hub in the world. They're building data centers the size of cities in the desert. They know their black oil is running out and they need to get in on the new oil. So, when Sam Altman talks to the White House, he's not just a CEO, he's the guy holding America's #1 strategic asset in this new global race. He's basically saying, you can't let me fail. If I fail, we lose to China. This is why the government is listening. This is why everyone is throwing money at this. It's a full-on panic, a technological arms race. And when people panic, they make bubbles. And this is where everything starts to smell fake. Symptom number 1, the market is a lie. So, is it really a bubble? Let's look at the evidence. First, the stock market. You look at your investment account and the S&P 500 is up. Great, but that's misleading. The S&P 500 is supposed to be 500 companies. Right now, it's not. It's basically 7 companies and 493 other companies just watching. Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Google, Amazon, Meta, and Tesla. They call them the Magnificent Seven. Right now, the top 10 tech companies make up almost 41% of the entire S&P 500. That's the highest concentration ever. It's like going to a giant house party, but the only people dancing, drinking, and having any fun are 7 people in the kitchen. Everyone else is just standing by the wall, staring at them. From the outside, you hear music and think, wow, what a great party. But inside, it's weirdly quiet. That's our stock market. It's not a broad boom. It's a very, very narrow boom, all balanced on the promise of AI. Now that's not it. There are more to the bubble. Symptom number 2, the dot-com flashback. Remember the dot-com bubble in 2000? Everyone was starting a pets.com or a toys.com. They had no profits, no product, just a website and a cool mascot, and their stocks went to the moon and then to zero. But here's the key. People back then weren't wrong about the internet. The internet did change the world. They were just wrong about the companies. We're seeing the exact same thing today. An MIT report just found that 95% of companies trying to use generative AI have seen zero return on their investment. Zero. So if 95% of companies aren't making money from AI, who is? Well, this brings us to symptom number 3, circular money. This sounds complicated, but it's simple. Let's use an analogy. Imagine one of your buddies has a great business idea. You like the idea enough, so you invest $100 in his idea. He takes your $100, turns around and hires you for $100 as a consultant. What just happened? On paper, his business just got a $100 investment and your business just made $100 in revenue. But in reality, the same $100 bill just went in a circle. This is exactly what is happening in AI. Microsoft invests $10 billion into OpenAI. What does OpenAI do? It uses that money to buy cloud computing services from Microsoft. NVIDIA, who makes the chips, invests in a bunch of small AI startups. What do those startups do? They use that money to buy chips from NVIDIA. It's a snake eating its own tail. And the worst part? The financing is just complicated enough that most people can't or won't see what's really going on. They just see the market going up, so they're closing their eyes and pretending they aren't sitting on a grenade. And it gets worse. There are these new cloud companies that need NVIDIA's chips. They don't have the cash, so they take out massive loans. And what's the collateral for the loan? The chips themselves. This is insane. It's the exact same logic that caused the 2008 financial crisis. It's like getting a $1 million no-doc loan on a house, with the house itself as collateral, all based on a wildly inflated appraisal. The bank justifies it because housing prices only go up. What happens when the bubble pops and the house is suddenly only worth $400,000? The value of your collateral plummets and the whole loan blows up. This is the same thing that happened in the dot-com bust. Companies spent billions laying fiber optic cables, thinking the demand would be infinite, but they built too much, too fast. Most of it was never even used. They called it dark fiber. The companies went bankrupt. Today, we're not building dark fiber. We're building dark data centers, all financed with risky, circular money, all based on a promise of future demand. But what if it's real this time? Okay, that was scary. Now, let's take a deep breath. Because there's a very strong argument that this is not a bubble at all. First, 2025 is not 2000. In the dot-com bubble, the companies going to the moon were losing billions. They had no profits. Today, the Magnificent Seven are the most profitable companies in the history of the world. Google, Microsoft, and Apple are printing cash. And look at NVIDIA. Their stock has gone vertical. But you know what else has gone vertical? Their profits. For the most part, their profits are actually justifying the crazy stock price. They aren't just promising value. They are delivering it right now in cash. Second, the demand is real. Remember my dark fiber analogy? Well, the counter-argument is that these new data centers are the exact opposite. It's not like building a giant empty apartment complex in the middle of the desert and hoping people move in. It's like building an apartment complex in the middle of New York City, and there's a 3-year wait list of people who have already paid their deposit before you've even laid the foundation. Data center vacancy rates are at historic lows. In Northern Virginia, the biggest data center hub in the world, the vacancy rate is 0.76%. That's not a typo. It's full. The demand is real. And finally, the biggest difference, AI is tangible. In 2000, the internet was this vague, slow, dial-up thing you couldn't really see how it would change your life. But AI? You can go on your phone right now for free and have ChatGPT write you a poem, a business plan, or that awkward email to your boss. You can see the magic. It's not a future promise, it's a real tool that works. The green blackout. And this is where the real cost gets hidden. All these data centers, all these NVIDIA chips, they are vampires. They run 24/7 and consume a terrifying, inhuman amount of electricity. But forget your electric bill. That's just the symptom. The real story is what we're burning to feed them. The US power grid is not ready for this. Most of our grid was built in the 1960s. We're running at the limit. And now, big tech is showing up and saying, hey, we need to plug in a new data center that uses more power than the entire city of Phoenix, and we need to do it by Tuesday. We can't build a new nuclear plant or a 1,000-acre solar farm by Tuesday. So what happens? We are forced to do the only thing we can, go backward. We delay shutting down old coal plants. We fire up the dirtiest, least efficient peaker natural gas plants that were only meant for summer heat waves. This is the great, dirty secret of the AI boom. For the last decade, big tech has been on a massive PR campaign, promising to be 100% renewable and carbon neutral. But the insatiable, panicked hunger of AI is forcing them to abandon those promises. All that net zero talk is going up in smoke, literally. The clean, revolutionary future of AI is being built on the back of the dirtiest, 19th century style power that's a real, tangible impact. We are trading hard-won climate progress for the ability to ask a chatbot to write a funny joke about their cat. What can you do about this whole AI bubble thing? Okay, so the market's shaky, the tech is real, and it's all one big, confusing, expensive mess. So what can you, a regular person, actually do about it? First, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just how I'm thinking about it for myself and my family. Here's my 4-part plan. Part 1. You must adopt the tech. This is non-negotiable. Whether you're a plumber, a lawyer, or a stay-at-home parent, you have to learn to use these tools. Refusing to learn AI in 2025 is like refusing to learn how to use the internet in 1999. You can do it, but you're going to make your life 10 times harder. You will get left behind. You don't need to be a coder, you just need to be familiar. Go use ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, and Microsoft's Copilot. Understand what they're good at and what they're terrible at. Here's a quick cheat sheet. It's great at writing a professional-sounding email, summarizing a long article, brainstorming 20 ideas for dinner, or explaining a complex topic like you're 5. It's terrible at understanding human context. It can't read a 50 email thread and know that Karen from accounting is secretly mad at new guy Mark. It's bad at multi-step, logical reasoning. And it will confidently make up facts, which is called hallucinating. Learn the tool. It's your new superpower. Don't let it become the thing that replaces you. Part 2. Face the new job market. I need you to understand something. The biggest threat isn't AI replacing your job, it's that companies are now in a desperate race for speed. And in the world of business, speed wins everything. To get that speed, companies need to be lighter weight. That's why you're seeing all these restructurings and layoffs even at companies that are making record profits. They're cutting jobs to get faster. What this means for you is that your job, no matter what you do, is less secure than it has ever been. Part 3. Build your own moat. Because your corporate job is less secure, it is extremely important to take some time and think about what you really like to do. Find that one thing and dig deeper. This is your preparation for starting something on your own if you have to, or more importantly, if you want to. In this new AI world, everyone will have easy access to all the same public data. What's going to make you different? Your depth of knowledge and your own unique perspective. That's the new gold. How do you build something that deep? By doing the one thing you actually enjoy doing. It will take time, it will take deliberate soul searching, but that's where the real, durable payoff is. And if you do start something, keep it simple and lightweight. Leverage AI for everything you can. Remember, speed wins. Part 4. Prepare for the 90% off sale. The dot-com bubble bursting was the single greatest investment opportunity of the last 50 years. When the bubble popped, Amazon stock, one of the survivors, dropped by over 90%. People who were smart, who had cash, and who weren't panicking, bought Amazon for pennies on the dollar. This will happen again. The AI bubble will pop. All the junk companies, the 95% making no money, the AI coin scams, the guys built on circular loans, they will go to zero. It will be a bloodbath, but the tech will survive. The real companies, the future Googles, the future Amazons, the real Nvidias, will also crash simply because of the panic, and that is your moment. The crash isn't the end. It's a 90% off sale for the best assets of the next generation. So how do you prepare for this? By focusing on real things. What are those real things? Real assets, starting with your house. People will always need a place to live. A home provides real tangible shelter, which is the ultimate real thing. Your new skills and personal knowledge base, your relationships, your network, your family, your community, your financial foundation. This is the anti-leverage. If you're carrying high-interest debt, like credit cards, paying it off is a guaranteed tax-free return. In a crisis, debt is an anchor. A paid-off balance sheet is a lifeboat. Cash. Yes, cash. Once your foundation is secure, cash is king. Cash is boring. Cash gets eaten by inflation. But when a bubble pops and everyone is panicking, it gives you options. It lets you survive a job loss, and it's the only thing that lets you buy into the 90% off sale. It means don't be stupid. Don't be the person taking out a home equity line of credit to go all in on some AI stock you heard about on TikTok. Don't use leverage. Don't invest money you can't afford to lose. No one knows when the music is going to stop. The big takeaway. This is all overwhelming. I get it. It feels like the world is changing at light speed and it's impossible to keep up. But here's the simple truth. The AI hype is a bubble. The AI technology is a revolution. Your job is to survive the bubble so you can take advantage of the revolution. So go home and play with ChatGPT seriously. Make it write you a grocery list. Understand what it is. Then, step away from the hype and focus on the real stuff. Hug your family. Call a friend. Fix that squeaky door you've been ignoring. Take a quiet moment to listen to yourself and think about what you really want to do, because the real stuff is what will be left when all the hot air is gone. If you liked what you heard today, and this gave you something to think about, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.